Hello, cats and kittens, Odewa Jose, Yoroshko. I'm here with my impressions on One Piece chapter 996, Island of the Strongest. I've come down a little bit, or calmed down a little bit, regarding my rather heated opinions of mainly Nami in the last chapter. Oddly enough, 996 opens with the continued adventures of Nami. And I give Nami grief, begging for her life. It didn't sit well with me. A member of the Pirate King or the future Pirate King's crew begging for her life. Okay, let's get over that. Anyway, we opened with Otama's rescue of Nami and Usopp. Um, Otama, she came up big. She came up big. So she rides in on Komachio, the lion dog. So she's riding the lion dog. She scoops up Nami and Usopp and she's carrying them off. And she states that she arrived on an enemy ship, which could mean a few things. So she got to Onigashima on an enemy ship, which is to say either she cut a deal with an enemy to get passage to Onigashima. That's one possibility. She commandeered the ship, say it was a beast pirate ship, and she used her kibidangos to, you know, take over the ship, bind them to her will. She's a bewitching Konoichi, and her, devil fruit power allows her to use her kibidangos to tame beasts. So she could have did that, or she could have struck some kind of deal. We don't even know who the enemy was. Was it a marine ship? Was it a beast pirate ship? Was it the Big Mom pirate ship? Who knows? That's left open. But she stored her way or got on board the enemy ship, got there. She has also with her Hihimaru, the gorilla, whatever that thing is, baboon. I think it's a baboon samurai beast who is currently holding page one at bay. It's funny, when I first looked at the illustration, I thought Hihimaru had stabbed page one through the through the chin or whatever with that sword, but page one actually catches it with his teeth. So it doesn't seem like either Ulti or page one are in terrible danger. You don't get that impression from their speech, but curiously, Tama tells Hihimaru to hold them at bay for 3 minutes, which is very specific. So apparently, if Hihimaru holds them at bay for 3 minutes, they're either going to get rescued or they'll be able to get away. I'm assuming someone is coming through who will aid them, but that's very specific. 3 minutes. Hold them at bay for 3 minutes, Hihimaru. So hold on there, Hihimaru. So again, this is kind of disparaging to me. It's kind of sad that 20-year-old Nami is bailed out by 8-year-old Otama, who is showing uh, all manners of courage and valor and even craftiness and planning, as opposed to battle season Nami. Usopp, I'm not really mad at. Usopp, he did his best and he just got caught up in it. You know, he lost, you know what I'm saying? But at least he didn't beg for his life. Anyway, that's the end of that scene. We move over from there to the battle between Yamato and the forces of Sasaki and his legions. Interesting fight. Yamato proves to be extremely durable and takes a hail of fire from Sasaki's minions, these armored minions. They just shooting at her. I'm assuming those are just like straight guns, which means that Sasaki is now under orders to kill her, I suppose, if he thinks he can. Uh, but she takes it. She takes it. She's defending uh, Momonosuke, and she's determined. I mean, I'm really feeling Yamato for Straw Hat is really it's picking up steam. If you wasn't on board for that before, you have to be now. She's showing a whole lot of moxie, a whole lot of Straw Hat spirit. You know, she could have let Shinobu and at least Shinobu die. You know, but she's holding these guys at bay and showing a whole lot of durability while doing it. When along comes Frankie, who's still being chased by Hacha, this big number, whom he was supposed to be taking away from. He was basically running a delaying tactic on Hacha. Last I remember, just getting it was Jinbei basically asked Frankie to get him out of the battle, a particular battlefield theater, and he's just been chasing. He's been chased by Hacha up until this point. Then he runs into Yamato, who Yamato recognizes. She must recognize him from his bounty poster because she mentions his bounty, and they basically swap problems, I suppose. Frankie is asked to take on Sasaki so that Yamato, can get Momonosuke and Shinobu out of harm's way. In turn, as a favor, as a parting favor, Yamato lets loose with a Narikabura arrow, which is essentially the equivalent of one of pick a swordsman, Zoro's flying slashes, except for she does it with a club and she just one shots Hachi and he's out. Which again is showing this girl's got power. She's a powerhouse. She's more than worthy to be on the Straw Hats. Very impressive. Not to say that Frankie couldn't have took the dude out. I'm pretty sure he could have. But she one-shots him, and you got to give her credit for that. So he's down for the count. Now Frankie has to take on Sasaki, which is fine. And on the run, it's interesting that Yamato says that of Momonosuke, you must survive. It's imperative that you survive. You are the one who must guide the world to the dawn, which is an interesting statement. If she didn't say this country, she didn't say Wano, she said the world. I wonder does that mean through becoming the shogun of Wano, Momonosuke will affect the world? Or is this... That's an interesting statement. That's a very interesting statement. Because at best, I figured Momonosuke will affect his country. But will his country affect the entire world? Or I don't know how that plays out, but that's an interesting statement. From there, we move on to Trafalgar Law, who is just eliminating another weird-looking gifter, a dog man. Who these gifters are just fodder. They're getting taken out left and right. But their designs are very interesting and somewhat grotesque. So, and he has flashbacks to Rosanante, I'm sorry. And I know this. Oh, Rosinante speaking about the will of D, which further goes into a flashback that he has with Nico Robin, speaking about the poneglyphs and their purpose. And this kind of removes, at the end of this, he makes a statement, flashing back to Korra. I made up my mind. I want to know the meaning of this checkered fate, which kind of lifts death flags from him slightly. He kind of Law kind of has a purpose now. I didn't. I wasn't sure he was going to get out of Wano alive. Now I think he might, which is interesting because the next page spotlights Kid. So this kind of does set up maybe the Kid, the Luffy Kid Law trio lasting past being in competition or cahoots past Wano. Because it looks like Law might stick around for a while, unless this is a red herring and he's going to be killed shortly. But I think they're all going to survive Kaido. I'm getting the impression. Uh, as far as Kid's concerned, he's just working his way up. He's on the third floor, heading up to the fourth with Killer, just compiling metal. I think he must have some kind of jutsu that he's going to use that involves metric tons of metal. Maybe he's just going to shove it all at Kaido at once, or he's going to craft it into something that he's going to use to kill Kaido, or he hopes will kill Kaido, one way or the other. So, but it's not much more than that. He's just on his way up there, and he says, he asks, is the amount of metal that he has enough? He asks Killer that. Killer says, he says, our enemy is the world's strongest pirate. You can't have too much. So Kaido, well, the world's strongest pirate. They've seen Big Mom, that's for sure. And was Kid there at the Marineford? Law was. Kid, I think. Well, he ran into Shanks. He at least attempted, I think, to get into top land. So he would know. He's been exposed to, I think, most of, if not all of the Yonko at one point or another. So if they're saying that Kaido is the world's strongest pirate, okay, well, that could be an accurate statement coming from people who have been exposed to the Yonko more so than the Straw Hats. So that's interesting. And we finish up with Kaido beating the crud out of the scabbards. I mean, he's getting into them. This is a nice panel where he pops up my man Kinemon and then bats him down into the ground ish. But then it looks like Kyoshiro stabs him in the side and also gets smacked down. Now at the bottom here, it looks like one of the minks is still up. Kyoshiro, I think, is down. I think Raizo is on the floor, it looks like. I think some of them, they're not all done yet. They're not all done yet. Kawamatsu is up, I think, but he's very short, so it's hard to tell if he's on the floor laying down. I think he's up and still fighting. This is just on that small panel at the bottom of page, 15? 14, 15. So the scabbards are really in a really, really, really bad way. We only get one page of them. Then from there, which is another interesting page. Big Mom rushing. She's fresh off from dealing with Marco and all of that business from the last chapter. She flies past the battlefield where people are still being turned into ice onis. Everyone's shocked when they see her run through. You got a shot of Robin, you got a shot of Chopper, Apu, Zoro, and Drake. And she says, "Don't worry, I'm only interested on going up top where Kaido is." Again, another interesting statement. Is she saying, "Don't worry, you're safe"? Probably not. I assume she's saying you're safe for now. Don't. I'm not going to bother with you right now. I got bigger fish to fry. You know, you're not on the top of my list right now. I'll be back. I'll deal with you later. But she wants to go to the top where Kaido is, which is interesting. What does she want to do when she gets there? That's the thing that interests me. If she's in cahoots with Kaido, if they're partners, and she knows that the scabbards are no match for Kaido, she doesn't need to go up top where Kaido is. A partner would say, well, he'll take care of them, I'll take care of these guys, and we'll end this nonsense quickly. The only reason in my mind to think that she would go up to the top where Kaido is if she's about to betray him or something like that. There's no need for her to go up there unless she's going up there to get Luffy, or if she knows Kid and Luffy might be up there and she wants revenge. But then again, she might want to knock out somebody like she might want to knock out somebody that might prove to be a nuisance later. Say it's like take out Zoro and maybe I don't know. Zoro's probably the hardest person down there to kill. Probably one of the strongest people on that level. But not to say that he's a match for Big Mom, but she's gonna betray Kaido. I'm pretty sure of that. But I don't know if it's gonna be right now. But it is strange that she wants to go up where Kaido is. But it can't be to help him. He doesn't need her help to take out the scabbard. She should know that. That's weird. That's interesting. I'd say that. And it ends up with something that I hope doesn't turn into what I think it's going to be. Jinbei, Luffy, and Sanji just mauling, more trash enemies on the way up to they are on the middle of the second floor. And Sanji hears something perverse or whatever. So he's going to get sidetracked. He's going to get sidetracked into something with some woman. And hopefully it doesn't turn into what I think it's going to be. But I hope he doesn't get clowned again. But he might. We'll see. Overall, decent. It's more than decent chapter. It's a good chapter. There's a nice flow to it. There's a real nice flow to it. I wouldn't say that there's a great amount of progression to the actual story, but there is progress being made. Things are moving along. So 996 is a good chapter. Look forward to 997. This is quick and it's quick. It was a very quick chapter, I would say that. So look forward to the next chapter. Let me know your comments. Let me know what you think Big Mom is really up to. That's my real question. What do you think Big Mom is up to? Again, let me know your comments and your thoughts. I think she's going to betray him, but I'm not sure if she's going to do it right now. But I'm pretty sure Big Mom's going to betray Kaido at some point. And that's it. I'll see you at 997. Stay loose.